The image that I'm going to be using in this tutorial is a photograph that I took while in Tucson, Arizona. If you want to follow along with this tutorial using the exact same image that I'm using, you can download it from the link I provided in the description. So the first thing I'm going to do before anything else is blur the image. And the reason why I do that is because it helps remove some of the fine detail and it makes the edges smoother in the stencils, which I think makes the image look a little more artistic. So I'm going to go to Filters, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and just click OK. Now you may not even notice a change in the image after you blur, but it does make a big difference in the final product. So the next step is to duplicate this layer 2 more times. And the reason I do that is because I want to have 3 separate layers of color and then a white background. And you need a separate layer for each color because I'm going to be using the threshold tool on each layer but with a different value. So I'm just going to click duplicate. Okay, so now that I've got my 3 layers, I'm going to focus on this first layer, the bottom layer. I'm going to go to Colors, Threshold. Now if you've never used Threshold before, I suggest playing around with it for a little bit, so you can kind of figure out what it does. But you don't really need to have a deep understanding of Threshold in order to make a really nice stencil image. So what I'm going to do is just move my cursor around until I find a suitable image that I like. And you'll notice that if I put my cursor over here on this peak, I get all these little details in the gravel road. I don't really want that level of detail in this image, so I'm going to move the slider over here to the value of about 91. And you'll see that that's left the gravel road as just a nice white blank surface. So that looks pretty good, so I'm just going to click OK. And now I'm going to add some color to this layer. So for this bottom layer, I'm going to go with a nice light blue, kind of a sky blue. I'm going to use my Select by Color tool, select everything that's black, and then fill it in with blue. Okay. Now the next step, this one is very important. I'm going to select all of the white space and just delete it. So there you have it. There's your first layer. I know it doesn't look like much, but you'll see it all come together at the end. So I'm going to move on to my second layer, use the exact same process, except I'm going to use a different threshold value. So for my first one, I had a value of about 90, something like that. For this one, I'm going to move the slider over here, and I'm going to go with a value of about 54. That looks pretty good. So now I'm going to select everything that's black, and this layer is going to be kind of a darker blue or more so gray type of color. Okay. So now I'm just going to fill that in just like last time. Then I'm going to select all the white space and delete it. And now onto my last layer, same process, color, threshold. And for this one, I just want to have the finest details. So I'm going to go with a value of about 30 at this peak right here. I'm going to click OK. And this layer, I'm just going to leave it black. That looks pretty good. I'm going to select all the white space and then delete it once again. Now each of these layers doesn't really look like too much, but when you add them all together, you get a pretty nice looking image. And then you throw in a white background, and there you have it, a beautiful stencil image. All you have to do is print out each layer separately, cut them out, and then spray paint it, and you're done. So if you like this video, or if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'd be happy to answer any stencil related questions. If you want to see more tutorials like this, check out the rest of my channel and subscribe. And if you want to see similar artwork, check out my website. It's called oversprayart.com. There's a link for it in the description. Thanks for watching.